All right, we're going, right? Oh shit, where's my fucking harmonica? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I don't have my harmonica. I'll use this one right here. Okay, ready? Ugh. All right. Okay. Hey, good morning. Welcome to yet another episode of Redstone Lapis Lazuli. It is I, your host, Pogo Kiddo. Hello. Hello. Welcome. Hello. 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 Bam. What's up? Good morning. I made it. I mean, it's kind of late. I'm like, well, if I'm sticking to my old schedule, then yeah, I'm kind of late. But you know, I don't care. I want to eat food. No one watches this live anyways. So I want to eat food. I want to drink my coffee. I want to make sure everything's cool. Hey, good morning, Chanti. Wow, someone is actually up watching me at my actual real time. Good morning. Thanks for hanging out. Um, yes. I've been on a grand adventure. Well, no, I mean, I've recovered from a grand adventure. It took me like a week to like recover from going down to Reno, going down to Carson City. Um, yeah, took me like a week to recover. So I came back and I had to like process everything that was going on. And the thing is when I'm gonna start like actually doing what I was supposed to do, which is like digging out this area here. Okay, so when I was in Reno, I felt like everyone had like a bad attitude toward me, and I didn't know why. Like, I seriously did not know why people would have a bad attitude toward me. Because, like, I don't know. Did people talk smack about me? Like, while I was gone? Like, because I've been gone for, like, quite a while. It's not like, and then, like, and I'm going back there as if, like, I live there anymore. But I don't. Like, I don't live there anymore. I'm not a tourist. So I was going there to visit friends. Like, I don't know. I don't know how people would even know me, who I am. But yeah, I left Reno with, you know, in my 20s. So it wasn't like I was a super mature person. I did a lot of learning and a lot of growing when I was in Reno. Hey, this is going a lot faster than I thought it would. Like instantly fast. Ooh, I can keep going. One more lever. Keep going. Um, so like I kind of have to like I don't know, put it into perspective. I guess I'm getting old, and I like I'm getting older. I don't know. What it feels like is I'm like losing people because during the okay, yeah, now we're going through the hearings, the January 6th hearings. But the thing is that like what never got resolved and what never gets talked about is the fact that Donald Trump stole and Vladimir Putin stole the 2016 election. Like that was the whole point. Like everyone was like I was waiting for him not to be president so they could go do the whole like the whole investigation and like arrest Donald Trump for his treason for working with Vladimir Putin to overthrow the 2016 election. And then we had this whole coup, attempted coup, so that we never got to like work out what happened with 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 Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin because it became Donald Trump and the Republicans trying to overthrow the government. Oh, I need more jungle wood, jungle tiles. So there we are. Um. Oh, hey, Chanti. Yeah, right. Isn't Bedrock so much better? What were you playing Oh, were you playing Bedrock on your So Chanti said she finally got Bedrock Minecraft on her PC. And I guess she was playing on Switch before. And yeah, the Bedrock Minecraft is way smoother than the Java Minecraft. It's almost like cheating. It feels weird. It feels very strange. I wouldn't But then the problem is that the blocks don't feel as solid. I don't know, it just doesn't feel as solid like it does in Java. Blocks feel like they have substance. Whereas with um oh yeah, so you agree that the blocks feel more solid in Java than they do in Bedrock. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about it that makes it feel so much more solid. But blocks feel solid, whereas they don't feel solid here. Okay, but here I came to get wood, jungle wood. What was I talking? Oh yeah, January 6th. So I lost a lot of people along the way. Um, because like first of all, I flipped my shit. I lost my shit when Donald Trump when I realized Donald Trump had betrayed the United States and was looking to overturn the United States to Putin and to like the oligarchs. I like flipped out. I lost my shit. And so I did like all I could to get out the consciousness, right? I couldn't be violent. Like I held signs, I like protested, I argued with people, I like made spectacles. I did everything I could to get out the information that Donald Trump was a traitor. Traitor. And I should have probably put up pictures of me. That way you could see me holding signs saying that Donald Trump is a traitor. I can find it. I'm sure I have it. It's not hard to find. I didn't need that many, but oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I stopped paying for the realm. I stopped paying for it because like no one was on it. It was just me. I was like, oh well. So this is like a local server now. Like I only play it locally because with the local I can see farther and there's less lag and I'm not paying money for it. Yay, East Bay. So yeah. What else is going on? You can download your world first before the realm expires. If you download your world, then you can play it locally. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm playing a local world. Or you can upload a world if you want to upload a world to a realm. You can like do whatever. I like that they put a preview into their own separate section because I wouldn't have lost all my work if they did that earlier. It was sad. I was so sad. But oh well. Oh well. C'est la vie. Okay. So I lost a lot of friends because as I was doing this, of course, the Nazis, the fascist forces, were trying to push out the narrative, to gaslight and say no, no, no. There's no such thing as There was no Russian attempt, or there was no Russian interference in the 2016 elections. No, no, no. They want to discount it. They want to get rid of it. They want to pretend like it didn't happen. 1, 2. Then I got to start going down. So it became an exercise of maintaining the consciousness that yes, Russia attacked the United States in 2016 and installed a puppet by the name of Donald Trump, who gave all our secrets to gave it. They sold away our secrets. They sold our secrets and betrayed our allies, the Kurds in the Middle East. They totally screwed us. They totally screwed us. And they I mean, that's what happened. Oh shit. So dude, I guess I have to go lower, like directly on the thing. There we go. Okay, so I was flipping out. Right? The Mueller report came out and pretty much said, yep, Donald Trump conspired with a foreign government to overthrow the 2016 election, and as soon as he's not president, then you can prosecute him. Well, we never got to that point. Because before he could be not president, he tried to overthrow the government so he could stay president, so that we could never prosecute him for that. So now that we're like trying to prosecute the January 16 election, or the January 6th insurrection, now that we're trying to prosecute that, we can't forget that Donald Trump conspired with Vladimir Putin to overturn the 2016 elections, because they're going to keep trying. Why would they stop? Except now it moved to the Republican Party. Now you can see all the different ways that they are acting in order to make sure that your vote doesn't count. That even if you vote, that the legislature can overturn the will of your vote, because that's pretty much what they're about. That was what January 6th was about. At the same time as the insurrectionists were outside, inside, the senators, the GOP senators and the GOP Congress people, they were going to institute a legislative coup, in that they weren't going to accept the ballots. They weren't going to accept it, and they were going to substitute their own people for their own electors, for the electors chosen by the people of their state. They were going to do it. There's one of the governors running for, or one of the GOP candidates running for governor in Pennsylvania, has already said that no matter what the people vote for in Pennsylvania, if he's governor, he's going to give the electoral votes to the Republicans. He doesn't care what the people think. So it's real obvious now that we are in a struggle for the soul of America. That fascists want to overtake or take control of America. I mean, it's always been that way. They've always wanted to. America's always been, the United States has always had this schizophrenic idea of like freedom for everyone, but not really. Ha ha ha. Like, well, what do you mean? Is it freedom for everyone, or is it ha ha ha? Because if it's ha ha ha, we're gonna overthrow you. So you better make it freedom for everyone. And so, but that's the funny thing. The converse is true as well. There are forces out there, white supremacists, who are like, I want you to be a white supremacist, and if you're not, I'm going to overthrow you. And that's what they're trying to do. So, did you see what happened in in uh in Idaho, Chanti or anyone? So in Idaho or yesterday, they were gonna have a Pride festival where which is cool, right? Why wouldn't you want to have a Pride festival? Yeah, so in Idaho, they were gonna have one of like it's historic, right? Because they haven't really had those very often. So the people feel secure and safe enough to come out and express freedom in a way that doesn't hurt anyone else. And it's wonderful, right? It's wonderful because like humanity, the human, what does it mean to be human? No one can write that down. No one can write it down and give you a definitive answer of what it means to be human. No one can. No one can do it. Human, what a human is what a human does. Human expression is what humans are. So the more the more kinds of expression you have that don't hurt anyone, the better. The more ways you can express love, the idea of love, the better. So in Idaho, they're having a pride event. People feel safe enough, secure enough that they can come express who they are and say, yes, I want to express the way I share love. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Like, why wouldn't you want to see more expressions of love? It's great. It's great. Oh, but then the white supremacists heard about that this was going to happen in Idaho. The white supremacists heard, oh no, those people are going to come out and express love in a way that the white supremacists don't like. So the white supremacists were going to they couldn't tolerate it. White supremacists, they couldn't tolerate that freedom of speech. That's the nature of white supremacists. They lie a lot all the time. The white supremacists will say freedom of speech, but only for themselves. They don't want it for anybody else. So over in Idaho, the local people of Idaho, of Coeur d'Alene, the local people of Idaho were having a pride festival to celebrate the way they show love and share love, and it's fantastic. It's amazing. It doesn't hurt anyone, and it's beautiful. It's wonderful. It's gorgeous. It's wonderful. Oh my gosh, yes, it's great. So, but these Nazis heard about it. These white supremacists heard about it from all over the country, and they can't tolerate it. They can't abide by free speech. So they hatched a plan, and they typed it out on their devices, and they hatched a plan. And their plan was, how about a bunch of us Nazis travel from all over the country and get together, combine our resources, and attack violently that other group, the Pride Festival. They literally hatched this plan. They literally traveled from all over the country, and they rented a U-Haul, and they filled the U-Haul with shields and weapons. And they got together and they put on their heads white hoods. They were all wearing white hoods. These white supremacists from all over the country got together, rented a U-Haul, filled it with shields and weapons. They all wore white hoods, and they got in this U-Haul, and they drove the U-Haul to the Pride Festival in order to attack. Because they can't abide by free speech. They cannot abide by free speech. So, what happened? Do I have it? I think oh, dude, what, didn't I grab it? I totally grabbed it. Did I grab it in the wrong one? I was telling the story because it was hilarious. Did I not save it? Where did I go? Where'd it go? Oh no. All right, let me go grab it real quick. Dude, I just grabbed it. Where'd it go? Okay. one. I don't know. Like, I'm just taking pictures off of Twitter. Oh, here. This is Chad Loader. That's how I'll do it. Chad Loader. So this is the bad version. the mini version you can see, but real quick, you can see Patriot Front members arrested and zip tied by law enforcement. They're all wearing white hoods. They're all wearing. So basically, the modern incarnation of the Ku Klux Klan got together to raid a festival, and the feds busted them because there was someone in their comms. There was a fed in their comms, and the feds saw what they're planning, and they intercepted this van as it was going to attack the Pride Festival, and they arrested all those Nazis. So reclaim it. That's how look, they're all wearing white masks, and that's what they do. Yeah. That actually happened. Nazis actually tried to go and attack a group, and the feds busted them. One more down. Yeah. So let that be a lesson. Nazis lie. Number one, Nazis lie. Number two, Nazis don't actually care about free speech. They're lying. Because look at this. That Nazi group traveled from all over the country in order to stop people who weren't even talking about them. It had nothing to do with the Nazis whatsoever. It was none of their business. It was none of their business. And yet they had to go and make it their business. Like, that's the problem with Nazis. They get in everyone's business. Like, why can't you just leave people alone? Nazis always get in people's business. Like, leave people alone. Jeez, but Nazis can't do it. They can't do it. Remember, Nazis are very deeply vested. Oh no, it was 2. That's why. Oh, I gotta redo it. Oh no. All right. Well, Nazis are deeply invested in identity politics. You must be the correct identity for Nazis. And since there's a correct identity for Nazis, they have to go around and police everyone to make sure that they're wearing the Nazi approved identity. Otherwise, Nazis will do violence to you. So like everything about Nazis is like against freedom. They claim freedom, they claim free speech, but that's just a ploy, that's just a trick to get liberals to accept them into their spaces and let them talk about stuff. and Nazis have a lot of tricks, a lot of tricky ways to get people to get liberals to let them into their spaces. One of the ways that Nazis will trick people and trick liberals into letting them into your spaces is by playing the superiority card. Like, I was victim of this in the beginning. Because it's classist. I used to be a person who'd be on the internet who would chide other people for not using the proper and correct language and grammar and spelling. I used to be like that. Partly because back in the day the internet was different. um and And well, and partly because like, yeah, it was a classist thing that I didn't recognize. It was classist. I was being a jerk and like a classist jerk, but I didn't understand how that was happening. So in the early days, sure, I made fun of people, of politicians, if they made misspellings, like Donald Trump. I would make fun of him because it's easy and like he's supposed to know better. But then I figured, then someone clued me in on the fact that no, dude, he's not dumb. He's not doing this out of ignorance. He understands that liberals will retweet, will repeat his message if he puts a mistake in it. They'll make fun of him, but he doesn't care because the only thing he cares about is that his message continues to spread, number one, and number two, you're continuing to talk about him. Like, yeah, you might be making fun of him, but it doesn't matter. You're making fun of him and you're bringing him into spaces where he wouldn't normally be. Like, why would he even be there if you except that you're making fun of him? But in order to make fun of him, you have to invoke him. That's the thing. It's the invocation. It's the invocation. Chanti, are you still here? Do you remember me talking to you about writing? Or did I lose Chanti? I don't know. Is there a lag here? Anyways, I was talking to Chanti about how to write. I was critiquing her deal, her paragraph. And the thing I noted about her paragraph is that it was empty of content. It had like no details about what the, you know, about anything. So without any details, there was nothing nothing to in the mind. Nothing comes into the mind. Nothing comes into the mind when those words were being read. Nothing popped. No visualization happened. So the way I talked about it was like you gotta specify, be specific, so that the mind has something to anchor on and and formulate. All right. Well, so when you do that with words, when you're able to, that's what I'm getting at. When a person is able to when a person is able to use words to bring into sharp focus pictures in other people's minds, that's invoking. That's invocation. That's a form of that's a form of magic, right? When we're talking about magic, you know, that J.K. Rowling's person who is actually is anti-trans. She doesn't know this, or maybe she shouldn't. That's what surprised me. She should know this, but she doesn't. um. So 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 that guy, he understands invocation. He understands it. So in order to make fun of him, you have to invoke him. And by invoking him, you bring into the person's head an image of him. So you reproduce him. So he understands full well that you're making fun of him, but he doesn't care because the point of his magic is invocation. You have to invoke him to make fun of him, and he'll take the hit of being made fun of in order to take up space in people's minds in order for you to reproduce him and keep him going. He'll thank you for that. So in other words, don't make fun of people for their grammar or for their spelling. because it's classist. And when powerful people do it, it's a way for them to get you. It's like a virus. It's a way for them to get you to reproduce their message for free. They're not going to reproduce your spelling mistakes. They wouldn't retweet you for anything. There's no way they would retweet you. There's no way they would repeat what you said. If they did repeat what you said, it was only to misrepeat what you said. They would never repeat. They would never spread your message in a way where your message could get out. If they were to spread your message, it would only be a corrupted version of it. They would never, ever spread your message for you. Why would you do it for them? Why would you do it for them? Don't do it for them. Don't help them. Don't evoke them or don't invoke them into people's brains for no reason, just to make fun of them in a classist way. It doesn't help anything. I had to unlearn that, and it hurt. It was hard. I had to unlearn that. I used to make fun of people that way, and it took me a while to understand that I was being played. I was being played. I was played. I was playing myself. Is what was happening. You played yourself, Pogokiro. You played yourself. So yeah, these guys those white supremacists got arrested. So what I'm saying is that there really is a shadow army out there of fascists who communicate to one another in a way that Donald Trump can talk to them. He talks to them in mob speak. Yeah, he talks to them in mob speak, which is how he can do it. That's like it gives him plausible deniability. Mob speak is a way of talking that gives people plausible deniability. I never said to go out like Donald Trump will say. I never said for them to go out and do that, but yet they will imply it in everything they do. It's implied. Let's see where does it go in? Stochastic terrorism operates the same way. Tucker Carlson is like a gene is Tucker Carlson is a master of using stochastic terrorism. He calls out his target, and Andy Ngo does the same thing. They call out their targets for harassment and hope that someone is crazy enough to do violence. They just increase the probability of violence because that's what white supremacists operate upon: violence. That's the fundamental thing of white supremacy: violence. It's all about the violence. Without violence, white supremacy cannot function, which is why white supremacists do not want gun control, because they require that implicit violence in order to maintain rule. Now, I tried in good faith to talk to a guy on Facebook about this. Let me go find him real quick and then pull him in, because I told him I was going to do it. He's a rando, right? He's just a random person. I didn't really prepare for this. Oh, hey, thanks. So this guy right here. Snip and sketch. New one. Oop. Here, new. So this dude right here, Peter Estalde. Real soon, right? June 7th. So this is after the cops in Uvalde ran away from the gunman as he went by one and killed the children. So Peter Estalde, a white supremacist, is asking how many more dead children before we replace this sign, all weapons prohibited. So he wants to know when we stop banning guns, how many kids do we have to kill before we stop banning guns and we start training cops with weapons. But the problem is that this is backwards, right? Because weapons aren't banned. They're not banned. In fact, it goes this sign, with this sign. That's the truth, right? That's the truth. Because heavily armed, like a bunch of cops ran away. This guy here, Peter Estalde, is a Nazi. I asked him, and I told the dude, I'm like, look, dude, look how many people are dying. In the United States, way more people die than anywhere else in any of these other countries. Why? It's because of the guns. Look at how many guns. We have more guns than Yemen, which is like a war zone right now. We like 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 5 is Canada. But Canada doesn't have nearly the death that we do. Why is that? Oh, because they have gun laws. They have gun laws. Let's see. Where else do I got? Anyways, yeah, here, this other one. Look at the United States. It's way out there. It's got gun law. I mean, it has guns for days. The number one factor, the only factor are guns. Gun law. The United States has gun laws. So I show all of this to this Peter Estalde guy. I show all of this to Peter Estalde guy. And what does he say? Hold on, let me show you. Snip and sketch. Oh, it's Alexander. It's this Alexander guy. I show him all of that, right? He sees all of this. He says, oh yeah, I see how gun laws in other countries stop gun deaths, but gun laws do not stop shootings or homicides. But they just did. Didn't you just see it? In other words, gun people like this Alexander guy, it doesn't matter. Facts don't matter to them. They don't care about facts, right? You can throw whatever you want at them. They don't care because they're white supremacists. Their goal is to kill people. That's their goal. They want dead people. Because if you check out his Facebook page and that other guy's Facebook page, they're Trump supporters. They're on board with the coup. So they're literally insurrectionists. They want dead people. Welcome to America. Let's see. Who else do we got? Oh, yeah. Check it out. So this guy, Trav Neil, says he's a Jesus follower. He's a veteran. So he's a veteran. He serves the United States of America. He served. That's you know. But then he's also a cop. So he's a cop. So he's a white supremacist that served in the cop. And now this guy has his own business. But what does he do? Who is this guy? He put me on a list. This is what he's interested in. This Trav Neil guy is interested in Salem sissies. He's interested in NAMBLA. Trav Neil, this guy here, he's interested in NAMBLA, which is, I think, the National Association of Man and Boy Love or something. So he's interested. He's highly interested in finding out about man boy love. I guess he's a pedophile. I guess Travis Neilton, because that's the lists he feeds into. I think he wants me to join him, and I'm not gonna do it. So he's into these things, right? I guess this ties into the boy thing, right? He's into helpless little boys, I guess. But yeah, this guy sounds like a pedophile. Pedophile. This guy's a pedophile. Gotta watch out, guys. Look at his Facebook page, right? This is his Facebook page. So remember how I told you that those white supremacists were going to Idaho to attack it? Look what he's doing. He's heaping hate. He's putting hate on this group. He's putting hate on this group in order and hoping that violence will happen to them. He's with the white supremacists. So if you live in Oregon and you're in the real estate market, just understand that Travis Neilton supports white supremacist terrorism. He's a supporter of white supremacist terrorism, and he's a supporter of insurrections against the United States. So he's kind of a traitor, right? If he served, when you serve in the U.S. military, you take an oath to serve the Constitution, and everything about him is against that. He has broken that oath. Hi, Travis. What else do I got here? Here's Bill Barr.
No, just what I've been through. I had 3 discussions with the president that I can recall. One was on November 23rd, one was on December 1st, and one was on December 14th. And I've been through sort of the give and take of those discussions. And in that context, I made it clear I did not agree with the idea of saying the election was stolen and putting out this stuff, which I told the president was bullshit. And
Bill Barr told the president that it was bullshit. His idea of the election being stolen was bullshit. Bill Barr told Donald Trump his idea that the election was stolen. That was bullshit. That's bullshit, Donald Trump. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. It's bullshit, Donald Trump. That's bullshit. You're full of shit, Donald Trump.
I didn't want to be a part of it, and that's one of the reasons that went into me deciding to leave when I did. I observed, I think it was on December 1st, that how can you can't live in a world where the incumbent administration stays in power based on its view, unsupported by specific evidence, that there was fraud in the election.
Yeah, it's bullshit. But this guy right here. This guy right here believes in the insurrection. He's on Team Putin. This guy's on Team Putin. He claims to be a Jesus follower, but he's into pedophilia. Yeah. Let's see, what else have I got? Did you see what happened?
Not allowed to say what's going to happen today because everyone's just going to have to watch for themselves. But it's going to happen. Something's going to happen.
Who's streets? Our streets! Who's streets? Our streets! We are on your side. Don't make us go against you. Pick a side. Pick a side. These are our streets.
Mike is going to do the right thing. I hope so. I hope so. Because if Mike Pence does the right thing, we win the election. All Vice President Pence has to do is send it back to the states to recertify. And we become president, and you are the happiest people. Mike Pence is going to have to come through for us. And if he doesn't, that will be a sad day for our country. Because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength, and you have to be strong.
Cruiser 50, it does look like we're going to have an ad hoc march stepping off here. There's a crowd surge heading east.
We love Trump! 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 We love Trump!
Mike Pence, I hope you're going to stand up for the good of our Constitution and for the good of our country. And if you're not, I'm going to be very disappointed in you. I will tell you right now.
Get back, ladies! Get back, ladies!
Senate patrols to call your station. We just had protesters. Peace circle, breach the line. We need backup.
Madam Speaker, the Vice President, and the United States Senate.
We're going to give riot warnings as soon as the apparatus is here. We're going to give riot warnings. We're going to try and get compliance, but this is now effectively a riot.
49 hours declaring it a riot.
Cruiser 5 to 50, be advised, Capitol Police 1 advised they're trying to breach and get to the Capitol. 50, I copy.
Hold the line! 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 Break the line!
42, we're about 5 miles out. We're trying to make our way through all this.
There's that QAnon guy who walked up the stairs. Proud Boy is doing this. They scouted out the only unreinforced windows in that whole place. They scouted it out ahead of time.
We have a breach of the Capitol. Breach of the Capitol to the upper level.
Be advised, they're requesting additional resources on the east side as they've broken into that window and they're trying to kick it in.
Without objection, the chair declares the House in recess pursuant to Clause 12B of Rule 1.
Mike Pence didn't have the courage to do what should have been done to protect our country and our Constitution, giving states a chance to certify a corrected set of facts, not the fraudulent or inaccurate ones, which they were
Yeah. So, do you see how Donald Trump is like relaying via text to his people to attack? Now they want to hang out Mike Pence because Mike Pence didn't do what he's supposed to, didn't go along with the coup. They want to hang Mike Pence because he didn't go along with the coup.
can't hold this. We're gonna get too many fucking people. Look at this fucking vantage point, man. We're fucked.
We need an area for the house members. They're all walking over now through the tunnels.
And McCarthy's like, oh yeah, we weren't afraid. They're running out of there.
We're trying to hold the upper deck. We're trying to hold the upper deck now. We need to hold the doors of the Capitol. I need court support. We lost the line. We lost the line. LAPD, pull back. LAPD, pull back up to the upper deck.
Dude, this is like medieval combat. Chanting Nancy. They want to kill Nancy Pelosi and Mike Pence.
Jack Cruiser 50, be advised that Capitol Police is going to start moving their resources inside. They're going to start the M4 officers first.
Oh, there's the Oath Keepers. Yeah, a guy named Dan Phillips tried to get me to join Oath Keepers.
Okay, H208 with 4 members. The door's barricaded. There's people flooded the hallways out.
I don't know if that's his real name, but
In fact, officers still remaining on the house floor, on the third floor, to use the subways themselves. It's time to evacuate so we can secure the members on the other side. Copy.
It's up to us people now, the American people.
this guy's on crack.
One more time. What are you ready to do? And whatever it takes, I'll lay my life down if it takes.
Absolutely. That's why we showed up today.
He's on crack. You back up. Fuck you. You back up.
Some of that West Carriage door for backup.
Whoa. Look at him attack. Look at all these attacks, dude. It's like zombie attacks. It's seriously like zombies.
These were great people. The crowd was unbelievable. And I mentioned the word love. The love in the air. I've never seen anything like it.
I am not allowed to say.
Yeah, so there are still people in the United States who don't understand, or who are so committed to white supremacy that even if you show them, it wouldn't make a difference. They're just gone. There's nothing left. You can try to show them the facts, but remember, it's that Russian guy that I was playing before. You can show them good information, but once they've been demoralized, it doesn't matter. They won't listen to any facts or reason. They ignore the evidence of their own eyes. Look at this wolf, dude. You just like murdered all the sheep here. I'm too full of stuff to like pick it up. I need stairs. Hey, look, I've like made this bigger. I'm thinking you could fit my sheep in here. Two sides, like maybe 8, or what? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, and then this side 8. Easy peasy. And then have it deposit into a sorting system in here. Yes, I get it. And then I'll have like, I don't know, I have to figure out where I'm gonna have that sorting system at. Or for all the wool. Yes, nice. A nice place to keep the sheep. Okay, what else do I got here? Unions create barriers. Businesses prefer direct communications with team members. It's a way of unencoding the corporate speak, the anti-union corporate speak. So yeah, unions create barriers. Of course they do. They're supposed to protect you, not to protect the business, but to protect you, the worker. That's what I got. Water levels dropping. Like the Southwest is going to have a water issue. That's why I was hyping up molten salt reactors, because they generate a lot of excess waste heat that we could use to desalinate water. Like, because we have a water problem, you see? We need a way to desalinate water effectively and cheaply and quickly. And we can do that at the same time as generate power with molten salt reactors. And we have to get rid of that nuclear waste anyways. You might as well burn it up. Which is this one? The hearing schedule. The next one is June 13th at 10 a.m. All right. In Texas, shotguns used for duck hunting can't hold more than 3 shells. Let me repeat. In order to protect the duck population in Texas, shotguns cannot hold more than 3 shells. Imagine if our Republican colleagues could muster the same courage to protect America's children. Because remember, Republicans in Texas do not want any gun control legislation whatsoever. They will put more restrictions on guns to protect ducks than they will to protect humans, because Republicans are white supremacists, and their ideology is premised upon violence. Dude, who do I got here? I was going to talk about beware of Liz Cheney. Everyone's looking at Liz Cheney like she's super cool, super cool, super cool. But you got to watch out for Liz Cheney. She is not super cool. She is not super cool. She is angling to be the next leader of the Republican Party. So the deal is that the Republicans are going to pin this all on Donald Trump, and then the party is going to limp along until it can reorganize under Liz Cheney. But Liz Cheney, remember, is a business person. Above all, she represents the rich. She doesn't represent the United States. She represents the rich. So for now, it's helpful for her to work with the Democrats because she's angling to be the next leader. Now, if you watch her, all she talks about is Donald Trump. Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump. She never talks about the other Republicans who are also guilty. Jeannie Thomas was pushing and sending emails to other state legislators to get them to go along with the coup, the legislative coup. Jeannie Thomas is the wife of Clarence Thomas, who's a Supreme Court justice. Clarence Thomas voted to protect his wife from being exposed in a subpoena that showed the documents that showed that she communicated with legislators to pressure them into overturning the election. So Jeannie Thomas won't talk about this. She won't talk about all the other GOP members who were part of the coup, because Jeannie Thomas wants to limit the damage to Donald Trump so that she can take control of the GOP after they're done. That way the GOP has washed its hands of Donald Trump and can be a nice, clean, happy party again. But that's not the case. The GOP is a white supremacist party. It's a business party. It is never, ever going to be on board with democracy. Because if it is, it disappears. So be careful of Liz Cheney. The other problem is that food prices are going to go up because Russia is blockading ports in Ukraine. Ukraine is a giant exporter of wheat. But if they can't export their wheat, then the markets don't have that wheat, and the price of wheat goes up. And wheat is used for everything. So the price of food for everything goes up. So yeah, so Putin's invasion of Ukraine has multiple effects. It's not just killing Ukrainians, it's also affecting world food prices and going to create starvation in other countries. Investigate why 19 police officers stood outside a classroom while kids were getting shot, or investigate Twitter bots. What to do, Republicans? What to do? And of course, the Republicans say we're going to invest Twitter bots because they're white supremacists. Like, I don't know, like man. Like, I can't address any of the allegations against me if I don't know what they are. Like, in terms of like Reno, like, I feel bad that like I have all these stories I want to tell, but I don't want to tell them if I don't have to. Yeah, I don't know. I had a bad time in Reno. Everyone, okay, people, okay, it wasn't that Reno was bad. It's that I have beef with one person, and it's messed up everything. And it's not even that I have beef. Like, do I have to tell the story? I guess I do. This person called me 4 times while I was on vacation to pressure me to take this cat that I didn't want to take because I knew it wouldn't be a good match. I didn't want this cat. They called me 4 times. The last time they called me, they told me if I didn't take the cat would be killed via the pound. So they were asking me, how many steps removed do you want to be from this cat being killed? So that's no choice at all, is it? So I took the cat. Fine. Then all this stuff started happening with Donald Trump. And all the gaslighting started happening, and no one believed me. And it was rough. I go on this person's Facebook page. Lo and behold, They are promoting the videos of a Trump supporter, a white supremacist, who would, once he got power, kill this person. logically, right? They would just kill this person. If you're a Trump supporter, that's where you end up. You kill disabled people. That's what you do. But this person promoted the Trump supporter anyways. I called them out on it. And in response to being called out for promoting a Trump supporter who would murder you had he the power, in response to that, you call me and tell me that I need to apologize to you for calling you the Nazi. No. Nope. So then I reiterated. I said, nope, you are promoting the Nazi. It's up to you. And what did I get from that? The last words I heard. The last words to me. Fuck you. Fuck you. The last words. Okay. And I still have your cat for like 20 years. But you got to promote a Nazi. So that's cool. I guess what I was doing was not as good art. I think that's what it comes down to. My art wasn't as good as Chad Sorg. Chad Sorg is just an artist, right? Of course you would want to promote your art with Chad Sorg. Like, it's easy to overlook the fact that he's a Nazi. It's easy. He has good art, right? My art, look at this. Look at this, right? Look what I do. Who'd want to be associated with this, right? Pretty clear. Thanks. But that's okay. The future will remember. The future will know. It was a choice. And when given the opportunity to fix it, it was instead put on me. It was blamed on me. So, okay, forget it. Never mind. The last words were the last words. Okay. Called me to demand that I apologize. Wow. No, that's okay. You can keep your Nazi. That's cool. You have fun promoting with a Nazi. All right. Woo. Yeah, I felt pretty bad in Reno. Everyone looked at me bad. And so I was like, I wonder what happened. Not everyone. That's not true. Not everyone. All right. Well, this is like, okay. So I started this years ago to keep people informed of, to keep it straight really for myself. Because like of the constant gaslighting. And I guess it serves that purpose still. Because I can always come back to this and be like, yep, I wasn't on crack. All right. Till next time. Peace. Stop.